So we are just one day away from Google I/O, and I gotta tell you, this year's I/O has me a little bit more excited than I normally would be for Google Software Development Conference. I'm super pumped to see what they have cooking up for the next version of Android, some rumored hardware that's supposed to be dropping. But this Google I/O altogether just feels a little bit different than most years. And in today's video, I want to talk about why I'm excited for Google I/O and why you should be too. Now, there's one word for why this Google I/O feels just a bit different, and it has to be the word ecosystem. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm heavily invested in the Apple ecosystem, the Samsung ecosystem, and we've been waiting quite some time to see what Google is going to bring to that ecosystem conversation. Now, there are some cons that also get into, ecosystems and things like that. It's another video for another day, but to see Google products all interact together seamlessly is something that I know most of us have been dying for. And in this year's Google I/O, it seems like we're going to get some more pieces to that ecosystem puzzle. So let's go ahead and break it down and talk about a few of those pieces here. First up, let's talk Pixel Watch. So this was already leaked quite a bit on Reddit. At least most of the hardware, we still haven't seen much in terms of the software, but Pixel Watch is supposed to be the Pixel of all smartwatches. And if you've carried a Pixel phone for any length of time, you know that generally means you're gonna get probably the smartest smartwatch out there. Now, that's not to say it's going to be the best smartwatch. There's more that goes into a watch or a phone than just being smart. There are other things that kind of go along with that, but it is going to be smart. We know that this thing is going to have the Google Assistant integrated in heavily, as well as the voice dictation that we all know and love. Supposedly, we're even getting a customized version of the Samsung wearable chip that's currently in the Galaxy Watch 4. So super exciting, to say the least. I know I've been personally waiting years, it feels like at this point, for Google to really throw their hat in the ring with the first party Android Wear OS 3 watch. It's also going to be awesome to see what Wear OS 3 can really look like from a different manufacturer. Remember, we've only seen what Samsung has brought to the table in that regard. So should be really cool to see what Google brings to the table. Next up is an offering that Google's already had, and that's earbuds. Now, they've already done Pixel Buds A, which is kind of like their kind of entry point into their earbuds ecosystem. But we haven't seen a true pro version. When I say pro, I'm talking transparency mode and active noise cancellation. Now, my hopes for these is that one, they're pretty much the Google pixelified version of the Sony XM4 earbuds. Those are my go-to everyday pair of earbuds. They have great battery life, the best ANC that I've personally used on a pair of earbuds, as well as the best transparency mode that I've personally used on a pair of earbuds. So definitely hold those in high regard. I'm really hoping that Google can match them in terms of battery life. Sound quality for me personally isn't the biggest thing, but that ANC and transparency mode is really like where they really got to nail it there for me personally. So really can't wait to see what those are sounding like. Obviously, we know we're gonna have Google Assistant integration because we already have Google Assistant integration with other earbuds, the Fast Pair that Android lets you do whenever it sees that you have a already connected device. The whole 9 yards. We know that stuff is coming. Let's see what Google does in terms of the earbud situation. And then lastly, the thing that kind of fuels this entire ecosystem is going to be an actual sneak peek of Android 13. Now, up until this point, we've already had, I want to say it's 2 betas and 2 developer previews, if I'm not mistaken. So we've already had quite a big taste of Android 13. But what Google loves to do is release the beta versions of Android, updates or versions, and not really give you all of those major tentpole features. Now, let me temper expectations right up front. I'm not expecting this to be a huge, dramatic from wall to wall, update or anything like that, just because of how significant of an update Android 12 already was. In all honesty, I'm just expecting to see some more refinements to things like animations, optimizations in terms of efficiency, battery life to really push that tensor processor forward. And of course, I am looking for further improvements for foldables and dual display devices. If Android 12L was any indication, I would definitely say a Pixel Fold is definitely in our future. Google's already laying that software groundwork in order for them to be able to put out their device. So it's great to see what that could bring in terms of Android 13. So those were the things that I was the most excited for in terms of Google I/O. I'm really looking forward to Google kind of throwing their hat in the ring with this whole ecosystem play. If there's anyone who I really feel as though can, challenge Apple for dominance in the whole ecosystem, race or war or fight, it's got to be Google. They also control all the hardware now that they have custom silicon and all the software with their Android effort and even Chrome OS. So it's going to be really interesting to see what Google does. It's honestly looking like the infancy when Apple was still kind of laying down the foundation for their ecosystem. It kind of seems like Google is doing a lot of those same things, kind of coming out product by product. But I definitely can't wait to see what they have in store for us this year with Google I/O. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you're checking out Google I/O, what are you the most excited for? And if you're not excited for anything, tell me why you're not excited. But that's going to do it for the video today, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. This is Ike's Tech Talk. I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.